Hi guys. I'm really sorry, but I think we're gonna have to cancel this stream. I can't figure out what's causing the audio issues, and my voice sounds freaking awful. I'm aware of that. So let's just chat for 5 minutes, and then I'm just gonna end the stream in that case. So how we doing today, fellas? Yeah, it's sad. I know. I really didn't want to. It's just that we got a new PC. So I got Levy's old crappy PC, and I don't know, maybe it's the shaky table, maybe it's the microphone. It's, and I don't want to do a full good quality stream with trash mic quality. I'm relieved it's not so hot in Germany anymore. Well, I am overheating because of the pure sweat. I've never been late to a stream before. I've never been late to a stream before. This was my first time, and I felt awful about it. Sorry if I'm late. No, there's gonna be no big stream today. It's okay. I'll try to fix it and maybe do one tomorrow? I'll try to do it tomorrow if I can figure out how to fix it, but otherwise, we're gonna have to, like, figure out what's going on. Maybe I'll just steal Levy's new cool PC. I'm in Austria. The heat here is nothing really special. Just wear a short sleeve and short shirt and you're good. Lucky you. Oh god, I'm actually like sweating beads. Hang on. Let me grab a tissue. Do you feel better? Yes. I wasn't sick yesterday. I was just having a really low energy day, you know? It happens to the best of us. Sometimes. I didn't have a cold, I didn't have a cough, nothing. I was just really tired. I was drained physically and mentally, so I was like, nah. Why did it say that you were live a few hours ago? Well, remember how I said that Levy got a new PC? That's because, he logged into my account and he accidentally started a new stream. He didn't mean to. He was really apologetic, and he actually, like, panicked for a second because he didn't understand what was going on. Fair being tired, yeah. Where'd the fish go? Fish is no longer part of our gang, people. Fish was here for one Stardew episode and then done. Kaitlyn, do you think Levy will start streaming again in the near future? Probably yes, but it might take a while. That man does not do anything unless he really, really wants to. Oh my god, a donation! Thank you so much, Daisy. Hi, Kaitlyn. Huge inspiration to me. Have a lovely day. Don't worry, it's hot in the UK too. Oh, wait, how is Levy streams? Yeah, he used to stream. Oh, you're from the UK. I really want to go to the UK, but I'm very scared of getting stabbed. I'm getting braces. I'm low-key scared. Oh god, flashback to when I had braces. Guys, if you're gonna get braces, don't be scared to go to the dentist. Just do it at an early age. The recommended age for getting braces is, like, if you're 13, it's the perfect time to get braces. Perfect time, because you're at a stage where the bones in your jaw area are still soft and kind of solidifying. So if you get braces when you're 13, it'll move around really fast. So you can get your braces out in like a year, maybe 2. If you get them when you're an adult, like, I need braces right now, but it's not in my priority of things to purchase, but I would really like to get some braces to fix one of my teeth. It would take me like 3 to 4 years to get it fixed. Got mine while still 20, lol. Oh god, I'm going to be you soon. I'm getting braces on the 24th and I'm 13. Perfect. It's gonna suck. It's gonna suck really hard, but trust me, it'll be worth it in the long run. Like, when you get those babies off your teeth, you're gonna be like, oh, thank goodness. Hang on, let me close the window real quick, because... yeah. Okay, there we go. Did you download ChatGPT? I use ChatGPT religiously. I wish we could talk about it, but mic quality issues. Wait, are you guys actually hearing the mic quality issues, or is it all in my head? Am I just imagining it? Because if the mic quality isn't that bad, we could just go ahead. If you guys would be okay with that. No? Damn, okay. Okay. Oh, you mean no mic issues? Really? It's normal? Imagination? Oh, maybe it's because of the music. So, I don't know. Oh my god, another donation. Thank you. Just came to say hello as I've been asleep. Don't sleep for 15 hours on your anniversary. I feel so bad. Thank you for the dono. Well, if the mic quality's good, you guys aren't gaslighting me, right? You're not just doing that to keep me around? Because if you are, you guys have done this to me before. It's fine. Alright, people, I guess... How many people are with us today? Let me check the stats. Oh, we got 91 viewers. Well, the people who left early on are gonna feel a little cheated. Hey, Mod, if you could, do another string ping and tell people that my audio issues have been mysteriously fixed, that would be very appreciated. You like talking to you, Kaitlyn? Awesome. I like talking to you guys too. A lot of people assume that I'm extroverted because of how much I like talking, but I am not extroverted. I am very, very introverted because there's a wild misconception about what introverted actually means. Being introverted doesn't necessarily mean that you're super quiet, shy, and anxious. You can be an introvert and be loud and chatty as hell. Just saying. It depends on your energy, basically. Like, if you talk to people and find that activity draining, then you're an introvert. But if you find talking to people as a fun, recharging activity, you got that extrovertedness in you. And if you're both, well, then you're an ambivert, and congratulations, you're all alone. I get that introvertness. Yeah, exactly. Well, anyway, since we're talking, let's get chatting about the topic of this video. AI. First of all, what do you guys think about AI? Personally, I'm not a huge fan of how much they're pushing it nowadays. Like, don't get me wrong, AI is cool and stuff. It's a tool, and it is a useful tool, but it's being misused heavily. Heavily. I hate AI pictures. Yeah, AI pictures are a huge problem. Like, I'm not even just talking about the AI art, I'm talking about the AI pictures. Because nowadays, whenever I go on Pinterest or on Google, because I need reference images to draw my backgrounds for my videos, like 80% of the images, they're all AI. And it's really hard to tell apart unless you look really carefully. So that's not great. AI artists, people are even artists with AI. I find it weird how we call them AI artists because they're not technically artists. AI cannot create art. AI does not have the ability to come up with creativeness. It just generates things. AI, keep this in mind, AI does not create, AI generates. There's a big difference. AI is getting overused for a bunch of things. Exactly. Especially, one thing I really hate the most is when big companies just try to push AI tools onto us like it's a good thing or something. Because most of the times, these tools aren't even perfected. Like, with editing apps, every single editing app, just go to CapCut or... Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna name them because potential no-nos. They're gonna spam AI ads all over the place. Like, oh, look at us, we're so advanced. We have AI something something, AI hugs, AI text. And I have never seen a single person that actually uses any of those features. I'm not exaggerating. Like, go to any professional video editor and ask them if they use AI. They'll say no. Nobody uses those AI tools. They're just there to keep investors happy and stuff. And you know what? The people who are getting the most benefit out of AI are people who just don't understand anything about the creative field in general. I've seen Cookie Run Kingdom ads that were AI. Oh god, no. No. People use AI voice though. AI voice is fine as long as it's been ethically sourced, you know? Like, there are a lot of cases where people will record their voice and then give consent for AI to use it. So that way people who are too shy to use their own voice can go ahead and, you know, use AI to express their creativity as a tool, like I said. But some cases, and here's where it gets messy, AI will just take your voice without consent. AI is gonna be like, oh, hi, you sound cool, yoink. And they can use your voice for pretty much everything. They can use your voice to scam, they can use your voice to put in advertisements. Not cool. AI can actually make a website for YouTube? Oh my god, you mean those AI YouTubers? AI YouTubers are a joke. A lot of my parents actually sent me like clips because for them, as their eldest daughter, I took a very risky route by pursuing YouTubing as a career. They've always supported me, but the rise of AI got them a little bit concerned. Like, all the time my dad will send me videos on AI advancements and say, hey, maybe you should go ahead and get that degree, huh? What's an AI YouTuber? So basically they're these YouTubers who go ahead and feed the AI with their own voice, their own old videos, and the AI will create new content. Well, not create, will generate new content. So imagine me, Kaitlyn Flames is dead, someone takes all of my old videos and uploads them into an AI, and then you get more Kaitlyn Flames content. It won't be Kaitlyn Flames content, but it will have Kaitlyn Flames in it. That's weird. Oh my god, a donation, thank you. Yeah, I use AI actual imagination. Preaching. I feel like AI is an assistant to help, not one to do all the work. Exactly. It does not belong in creative fields at all. Here's a controversial opinion. I do not consider companies using someone else's art to train their models as theft. The art is still there. Well, here's the thing. Everyone's got their own specific art style. A lot of non-artists has a very hard time to understand why artists are so mad in general, because they don't draw and they don't really have the creative process on hand. So they just don't understand it. And we don't blame them for that, you know? But here's how I will explain it. Imagine someone, how do I explain it? Because this is your art style and it's as unique as your fingerprint. Nobody else on the entire planet has your art style. Sure, you might find similar styles, but you're never going to have anyone that has your art style one-on-one. There will always be tiny little details that belong to you. So when you see someone taking your art and turning it into AI, you feel a little cheated because it's like someone stealing your fingerprint. It just feels bad. I've seen AI tools being overpriced. Actually, when it comes to the pricing thing, I believe that in the future, like 10, 20 years from now, AI art is going to become the cheap option, you know? Picture this, you go to an art gallery and you want to get a painting? Sure, pay AI $5, enter a prompt, and receive your amazing AI-generated artwork. But if you want a real painting, you're gonna have to go to a real artist, and that person's gonna make boku bucks, you know? Because in the future, people are going to value human work a lot more than AI work, in my opinion. Right now, the only reason why it's being pushed so much is because of the hype and the advancements, but when it's normalized, we're just gonna drift back to humans. Most people don't take this seriously. It's scary to think that AI can be replaced. I mean, art can be replaced by sloppy AI. Yeah, when it comes to art, AI is actually a really good tool. It's supposed to be a tool, but people don't use it as a tool. They just use it as a means to commit theft. It's just straight up theft. You can't deny that. Oh, another donation. Hi. Hayao Miyazaki was right, AI is an insult to life itself, and he even said he would never wish to incorporate this technology into his work. Yes, personally I agree with that. Because when I make animated videos, here's the thing, I could make one video every single week if I just used AI. But would that be my video at that point? It's art made by a bajillion other people. It's not my imaginative material. And also there's a factor that all of my backgrounds are places from the real world. If you look back to any of my old videos, all of the backgrounds you see, regardless of how simplistic they look, they're from real places, because my YouTube channel is technically like my personal diary, I suppose. It's a way for me to show the world my stories, and I want them to see the stories exactly how I saw them, which is why I really value having real art made by real people. And therefore, I will never use AI art in any of my videos. Well, one exception, honestly, one exception might be when, if I make an animated story time talking about art, I'm gonna go ahead and use AI-generated backgrounds just for funsies, because that seems super hilarious. Just AI-generated entire video. Oh, welcome to Kindle. The thing I hate AI voices is those texting videos with those voices on YouTube Shorts. YouTube Shorts has a whole other issue when it comes to AI-generated content, and that's when it comes to kids. When it comes to kids content, AI has a big shiny yellow crown on its head for being able to provide unlimited slop to keep children entertained. I hate AI music because I have to search even more. When I remember, I played a game before. Well, I didn't play. I watched a gameplay of a game called Detroit Become Human. I'm obsessed with that game, by the way. It's my favorite game of all time. And there was a scene where someone was on the streets begging for money while playing a guitar. And they were saying, the cardboard said, real music with real soul. And little Kaitlyn thought, whoa, there's no way music can be made by a robot. That's impossible. And fast forward to 2025 and we got AI-generated music all over YouTube. Oh, thank you for the donation. Sends this because I respect you for not using AI. Thank you, thank you. YouTube Gemini is considered one of the most advanced AIs on the internet, yet it can't even figure out how many R's are in petting zoo. When it comes to chatbots, AI chatbots, they're good for a few things. They're good for summarizing things. Like when it comes to education, if you want a short summary of a wiki or a book, just go ahead and ask ChatGPT and you'll get a great answer. But ChatGPT is wrong, like a lot of times, like a concerning amount of times. And it's insane. Because a lot of people are using ChatGPT to fact-check things. Did you hear about the Duolingo news? Yeah, I did. There's a reason why I don't use the Green Owl app anymore. But anyway, when it comes to ChatGPT, like you could gaslight ChatGPT into thinking 2 times 100 is 300. You could gaslight ChatGPT into believing anything. But the reason that people love ChatGPT is because it's basically a tool to help you stay delusional. A lot of times if I ask for creative feedback from ChatGPT, it'll say, oh, Kaitlyn, you are a queen, you are a girl boss, look at that creativity, look at that amazing persistence, and I mean, thank you, but I asked you for a recipe on how to make cookies, bro. I lost interest on ChatGPT and character AI. Oh my god. Oh my god. Big problem. Big problem with character AI. So, character AI is drifting to a spot where it's becoming very easy for users to become attached to non-existent people. There have been a lot of scenarios where people have actually just straight up gotten engaged to AI characters, and some people feel genuine connections to those AI bots, you know? And it's scary because the amount of times that I've had fans come up to me and talk to me like I'm their friend when I've never met them before because of character AI is very scary. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a fun tool if you want to talk to a fake AI Kate, I suppose. But when people take it a step further and create imaginary relationships with me, despite never meeting me before, that becomes a problem. That becomes a problem. And you can even, like, it can even replicate my voice. Well, it's not very good at it, I think. I sound nothing like that bot, but, it's just creepy nonetheless. Because people will feel like I've known them for a while, like I'm their friend, like I know their secrets, and then they'll come up to real Kaitlyn and go, "Oh, hi, how are you doing today? Blah, blah, blah." Which is okay, but then they'll go into personal stuff like, "Remember when we did this? Oh, sorry, I meant when we were doing this with character AI, not real you." I suppose. Like, they have a hard time keeping track with what they really did and what they really didn't. I heard a man left his wife for a chatbot. Bruh. Yeah, that's happening a lot recently. Say hello to the loneliness epidemic part 100, because it's never going away at this rate. Thanks so much for the donation, by the way. To be honest, I only use it for roleplay purposes. Yes, roleplay purposes are fine. Like I said, for entertainment, character AI is really cool. You can use it for funsies. But when you start creating actual relationships with it, not cool. Not cool. Let me see what else I got on the list of things to talk about. Because, wait. Since we talked about AI art, I want to show you guys something. So a lot of you might have noticed, probably, that this thumbnail was AI generated, actually. Oh, here's my last donation. All AI you, actual you, thank you. AI me likes tea, so she's absolutely not me, okay? Just ask if the AI likes coffee or tea, and if they answer with tea, burn it. Let me show you guys something. I got a great presentation I prepared just for you, fellas. Oh, that's not it. Hang on. There we go. Ta-da! Welcome to Kaitlyn's attempt to make an AI thumbnail featuring 23,942 unconsenting artists and our boy ChatGPT. I asked if they'd say T. Exactly, see? Not Kaitlyn. So, I found it really funny because this was my first time generating an image. And, it was quite a roller coaster, let me tell you that. Hang on, let me just move chat over here. Okay, can you guys see the cursor, by the way? Kaitlyn, get the Holy Cross, what? Okay, so here is attempt number 1. Attempt number 1, I'm not gonna lie, this is probably the closest thumbnail that you can get to an official Kaitlyn Flames thumbnail. This is basically, Mom, can we have Kaitlyn Flames? And then Mom says, no, we have Kaitlyn Flames at home. Kaitlyn Flames at home. Yeah, it nailed the vibe pretty well, but if you look closely, you can notice some whoopsies, right? So the hair, the face, it's all fine. It's missing a few lines on the sweater, which is totally okay. Looks like she has a tumor. I mean, she's sweating for something. I don't know why she's sweating, but we'll get to that later. When you look at the background, Pushing, they turned Pushing into a dog. They turned Pushing into a dog. The candles look okay. The books, I mean, the book is kind of missing its body, but other than that, from a distance, it still looks like books, I guess. The lines are a bit wobbly. I don't know if you guys can notice that because it's a little small, but AI has a problem with continuity, so if you just put something in front of another line, it won't know what to do with it. And why does Pumpkin have human hair? Exactly. I look at this picture and I'm like, wait a minute, what did it do to Pumpkin? My pumpkin, no. It gave her a goatee and a human hair. Pumpkin looks like a Discord mod. No, pumpkin. Oh, Willow looks kind of okay. I mean, they turned his tail into sort of a mouse ear, but he's got a face and his paws have disappeared. But I will never forgive ChatGPT for what it did to my girl, my pumpkin. Pumpkin's got a mullet, exactly. And it also kind of cropped the text for some reason. I don't know why it did that. Also, what's this weird gun thing? Is it a finger? Is it a gun? What's going on here? But still pretty Kaitlyn-y. So on my next attempt, I asked it to remove the sweat and, make my face look a little bit smug. Because right now it looks like I'm desperately in need to go to the bathroom. So next attempt, it kind of fixed it, but not really. This is the most chat GPT-ish style I've encountered when I was attempting to make the thumbnail. Because this face, what happened to this face? What happened here? The cats look Pumpkin and Willow seem to have switched places. It kind of looks like a child drew it, honestly, which, I mean, it's got its own charm. This candle is a book. It's a book candle. These books have no bodies. This table is completely demorphed. I don't even know what this is. And it added some weird furniture behind me. And it added trees outside the window. Which is not supposed to happen because canonically I am streaming from the inside of a volcano. So I don't know what pine trees are doing in the side of a volcano. Kaitlyn, you turned into a monster. The faces look incredibly off-putting, exactly. And what I found most funny was that it changed the text to AI and gave it a smile. Like, if you go back and forth, the previous one did not have a smile, and then bam, smile. It's like the AI knew it was messing with me and decided to go ahead and put a smug face on itself. Ooh, donation. As an artist, I heavily believe that. Oh my god, that's $50! What? Thank you so much! As an artist, I heavily believe that even if AI continues to advance, it won't be sustainable in the long run, because if we can't rely on ourselves to do something, we have no hope relying on a machine that needs our creations to function. Love you, by the way. Thank you so much, and that is great input, because AI is definitely just not sustainable when it comes to art, right? Maybe a lot of people will use it for background referencing or something, but right now it's kind of useless for me, in my opinion. Like, unless you want to do a quick reference image or, oh, here's the thing, right? You could technically give AI a prompt for an OC you want to create, and then go ahead and give that OC to an actual artist and see what they cook up. Trust me, you'll get some beautiful, beautiful content just by doing that. Okay. Next attempt. This time I completely deleted the chat and restarted because I wanted to get rid of this. This looked weird. And it gave me this chat. So what happened here? What happened here? Well, AI turned into a cute little robot. My face looks, well, this mouth is not it. I look like I have ginormous forehead, which I do in real life, but I don't want to have it in the frickin' thumbnail. This arm is not it. This arm looks wrong. I'm not very good at drawing people, but even I can tell something's off with this arm. And oh my god, the worst thing it did yet, my cats. Guys, look at the cats. Look at the cats. Oh my god, they look so bad. Remove the horror from the eyes. I need bleach. Exactly. It looks horrible. This is something straight out of a horror game from 2009. The face is demorphed. Pumpkin's eyes look soulless. These books aren't books anymore. There's just a sky with no background here. The curtain's way too wide. Like, I can see a lot of things wrong with this image. Also, I like how the more we progress, the chair just keeps looking worse and worse. uh, and after this, I was like, oh, wait, let me show you guys what I said, actually. I was like, make the arm higher and the head a bit smaller, because, like, no and no. And in return, like some cartoon villain, ChatGPT responded with this gem. Where did this come from? What is this shift? It's insane. I didn't ask for fire, I didn't ask for red, I didn't ask for any of these. But ChatGPT went ahead and put me in hell. It was as if ChatGPT was getting sick of all my demands and was like, okay, burn in hell. Here's the final image. What you gonna ask for now? And I find this extremely freaking hilarious because, like, every time I asked ChatGPT for an image, it kept putting me in fire. Why is it continuously putting me in fire? I didn't give it any prompts to do that. I don't know what's happening here. Also, this is extremely saturated. Like, my eyes are burning level saturated. This should not be this red. And now I straight up look like I belong in a cult. The candles, the demonic cats in the background, the random fire particles. I look like I'm about to invite you into a cult. So, yeah, that was it. Thank you for watching Kaitlyn's attempt to make an AI thumbnail. And back to our lovely, lovely chat room. ChatGPT was probably annoyed, yes. I joined that call. The AI can sense the flame in your Kaitlyn flames. Oh, well, yeah, like, as you can see, AI art is just not good. It's got a bunch of flaws. It's not feasible for long-term use or professional use in any way. So, I mean, maybe it will be in the future, but there's a lot of things to look out for when it does get to a point where it's a good art generator. Like, I'm pretty sure they're gonna bring out a bunch of new rules and regulations to make AI more ethical. Because right now, it just seems to be taking its, it's not trained fairly, is what I'm trying to say. You know? Because it just takes from everywhere and everyone without asking for permission. Or it'll be sneaked into the terms and conditions when you're about to watch a video or subscribe to some kind of service. I'm actually making art while watching this. Good job. How about you ask him about you? I asked ChatGPT about me and it's gonna praise me. So, not very good. It'll feed into my delusions. I saw an image on Pinterest saying to goon ethically and not to AI. Oh my god. People gooning to AI. Yet, I mean, AI is causing a lot of problems morally, mentally, and environmentally. My eyes are burning from that pic, yeah. People do what to AI? Exactly. So when it comes to environmental, I'm pretty sure you guys have heard of this before, but the amount of water that is needed to cool down the servers that generate AI responses, it's really bad for the environment, you know? Using ChatGPT for asking simple questions is something I definitely would not recommend because of how damaging it can be and how much heat it produces. Like, they use water? Yeah, they have to use water for cooling because, like, it's insanely hot. And they're also going to renovate a lot of places that could be used to house humans, to house AI training areas, to house AI servers, I mean. I love robots, I love computers, I despise all those AI bros who create such AI or use those AI for ugly purposes like stealing art, saying dumb statements, and scamming people with false info. Scamming people is another big red flag that we should talk about because for us, right now, it's fairly easy to tell apart what's a scam and what's real, right? But for our parents and grandparents, it is not. A lot of elderly people already fall for those obviously AI-generated videos of cats doing tap dancing or something. So imagine how difficult it'll be to take care of the elderly when they are very susceptible to AI scams. Like, especially with the voice replication thing. Like, imagine your grandma getting a call of you screaming, asking for help, and then a police voice in the background asks for money, and she just sends all of her life savings to them, which can happen. Like, don't say it's impossible and that nobody would fall for that. Everyone is very vulnerable for scams, especially the elderly people. Don't get me started on those content farms that use AI. Yeah, I've heard that YouTube came up with a new rule, which, by the way, rare YouTube W, doesn't happen that often. Starting July 2025, they're going to ban monetization on channels that are obvious content farms, which is something that I was actually very surprised to hear about, because I always assumed that YouTube would just leave everything be as long as it's giving them revenue. So it was a pleasant surprise to see them ban freaking content farms. The way they stated it was that YouTube wants to praise original and creative work, none of which talk about or even mention AI. Talking about AI, I just got an advertisement on the stream for character AI. Yeah, I'm talking a lot about AI, so you're probably going to. Oh, but how about gotchatubers who use IT? I'm not very knowledgeable when it comes to code, not gonna lie. Like, I am not tech literate. I need Levy's help to even make a duplicate file on my PC. I am the equivalent of a 50-year-old grandma when it comes to technology. So I don't really know what tech aspects to talk about, because I'm just not knowledgeable at all about this topic. I hate AI so much because people spend so long making art and then AI takes that away and makes its own art. Yeah, but to be fair, AI art is just never going to be as valued as real artists. As soon as they come up with a way to, like, separate what's AI and what's human-made, I don't think it's gonna be that big of a problem. Because people are going to be discouraged to post AI art just for attention and clout if it's obvious that they've used AI. Which, by the way, I'm pretty sure has to come out eventually, right? There's no way that the internet will go 5 more years without implementing some type of rule on, you know, just freely using AI and not stating it. YouTube Kids AI vids are worse and 100% AI slop. They're very cursed. I've watched quite a few of them just to get a good feel on why people would be interested in such content. And you know, kids have always been the most profitable market when it comes to being on the internet, because kids will practically gobble up anything as long as it's entertaining and it occupies their brains, because kids have terrible attention spans. Just throw in some AI slop in front of them that talks at 8 times speed and bam, you get entertainment for hours. Protect our children. Yeah, people don't want to do that anymore. Unfortunately. My grandma was on Shopee, the Asian equivalent of Amazon, and accidentally checked out on like 50 plus items and it was like $1,000. Yeah, and that's like not a scam. It's an actual website. So again, imagine what happens when AI scammers get to do their thing with the elderly people. Is AI gonna take over the world one day? That's a good question. I don't think it will necessarily take over the world, but I do think it'll be a lot more prominent in people's day-to-day lives. You know? Like, picture Siri right now. We're gonna have an AI bot that you can talk to like it's an actual person and get actual regular correct information. But we've got a while to go before that happens. Some people use AI for ads. I'm glad that they do that, because when I see a company make an AI ad, it immediately delivers the signal to just avoid that app at all costs. No offense, Kate, is your PvP AI? I can't tell anymore, man. Honestly, I can't blame you, because when I was judging the art contest, When I did my last fan art contest, I was freaking 13. I was a child. So we didn't have AI back then. This was like in 2018, 19? No, 2019 probably. So AI wasn't a problem. There was just tracing. Worst case scenario, someone traced. But nowadays, you gotta check for tracing, AI. It's a lot harder, and I didn't consider that when I was making the contest rules. So what ended up happening was that a lot of people started sending in drawings, and me and the staff were confused about which ones were real and which ones were not, and how we could collect proof that they were actually made by real people. So next time I host a fan art contest, I'm definitely putting a rule that you have to include your works in progresses. Gen Beta's future is cooked. I don't know, because right now, we keep making fun of Gen Alpha for being illiterate little iPad goblins, but we're gonna have to see how they turn out when they grow up. Because having such a childhood, it could go either way, right? It could go both ways. They're either gonna grow up and become completely dependent on AI and technology, or they're gonna be like, oh wow, I wasted my childhood doing this, now it's time to get into the real world and be a lot less tech consumed than the current generation. But what does this mean for their kids? The kids are either gonna be freaking androids, or they're gonna be just like Gen Z. It's either gonna go back full circle, or it's gonna get even worse. We don't know. There's no way to tell yet. We need to look at the stats, because it could go both ways. I'm sure Gen Alpha has an attention span of just 1.5 seconds. Yeah, it sucks. Because kids these days are... I don't mean to sound like a grumpy old person, but kids these days are just getting worse. Like, they're so freaking rude. And this is coming from someone who was supposed to be, Hang on, brain freeze. Y'all, the reason why certain kids grow up with their brain oozing out of their brain is because of parents. Yes, 100% of the time. A kid doesn't just spawn out of thin air with negative IQ. What happens is that stupid breeds with stupid. And what do you get? Einstein? No, you get another stupid one. So, when a child is a misbehaving little angry goblin, blame the parents. Because parents just don't want to parent nowadays. 8-year-old swearing at school now. Yeah. When I was in 5th grade, because where I come from, we change schools once every 4 years. And middle school is grades 5 to 8. So when it was our generation's turn to move to middle school, we were the new kids. We were the little itty-bitty baby 5th graders, right? And all the 8th graders would just make fun of us, tease us, because we were little and stuff. But when we became 8th graders, we were really chill. I don't know if it just had to do with the kids in my school, or if it had to do with the way we grew up, or our generation in general. But as 8th graders, we were pretty cool with the little ones. But then you get these new 5th graders, because when I became an 8th grader, the 5th graders were brutal. I don't know where they grew up, how they got that language, where this attitude even spawned from. These kids were going out of their ways to be assholes. It felt so odd, because if anything, we were supposed to be the rude ones. But nope, you get this tiny little child who's like half my size and height come up to me and just call me slurs, and I'm like, huh? What? How did your parents raise you? Where did this come from? I was really confused. My sister is nice and she's from Gen Alpha. I'm not saying that Gen Alpha is just rude all the time. I'm just saying that kids in general nowadays are rude in a lot of ways. That doesn't mean everyone's rude, but a lot of them are. It's probably how they were raised. Yeah, like I said, parents just don't want to parent nowadays. How do you differentiate between brain rot and normal? Well, if they don't run around talking like an animal, it's probably normal child behavior. But if they just spam brain rot terms while being an overall nuisance... Oh, and if they can't listen to adults, brain rot. 100% brain rot. They cannot... Their brains just aren't competent anymore. I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend anyone who likes that type of humor, because Levy does too. Every time I wake up to someone singing Skibidi Toilet in the kitchen. It's great. I was too when I was small. It's just that they want to act like they are as tough as the bigger children. Honey, sweetheart, I love you, but that's not why you were rude. You're just built a little different, okay? You're a little special. Anyway, is the world cooked? Well, at this rate, yes. But we like to look at the bright side of things, right? We don't want to be super overly negative. There's a lot of bright sides. Okay, not a lot of... Quite a few bright sides, but they exist. We shouldn't just ignore them. I'm going to middle school, and I'm terrified because middle school boys scare me. They think they're hot shit, but they're nothing. Don't worry about it, just ignore them if they're rude. I've never really encountered that problem because I was kind of a menace in middle school, but... Why can't YouTube delete all the brain rot stuff? It generates income, and it's not really harming anyone. So it's not that big of a deal on YouTube, company-wise. That hurt me. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Again, I'm not saying that people who consume brain rot are brain rotted in general. There's a difference. Do you hate those moms who say my little child would never do that? Yeah, I mean 90% of the time it's just entitlement. People nowadays are a lot more entitled than they used to be, which is scary because, like, as a parent, your job, I can't believe I have to say this, your job is to say, hey, don't do this, don't misbehave, be nice to people. Your job is to parent. Your job is to teach your child how to be a good, decent human being, live, and then die. But nowadays, parents just slap an iPad onto their kids and then just leave. They're like, oh, she's fine, she's entertained, I'm doing my job as a mommy, while their kid's over there looking like a zombie holding their iPad. And they've become super duper dependent on their iPad, to the point where it's scary. Have you guys seen those videos where an iPad kid gets their device taken away for, like, I don't know, 1 second, and they immediately throw a tantrum? It's not fun to watch. It makes me so sad for the future. I feel bad for the kids who were born in 2020. They might be fine. I'm young, but I'm a tad bit more mature than my friends, and it makes my jaw drop whenever my friends do something unsafe for their privacy. Oh my god, guys, I can't believe I have to explain this. There are so many people who keep doxing themselves purely out of situational unawareness, and it's scary. Don't go around posting your real names or your real schools. Don't do that. I keep getting emails on from little kids. I don't know how they get the email. They're probably on their parents' device because, like, what's doxing? It's revealing your personal information online to the point where people can actually just grab your identity and find your living area. Wait, what was I saying? Something, identity, something. Oh, right. A lot of little kids just go on their parents' phones and send me emails, and most of the time, I mean, I appreciate all of them. Bless their little hearts. They're big fans, but please don't say, hi, my real government name is something something. Can you please come to my school at something something, and my address is something something. I'm not exaggerating. I get emails like that. And I delete them immediately, but you guys are not going to be lucky all the time. They always say their age. Yeah, the email will always start with, I'm 9 and my name is something something. So, yeah. Please, please, please do not email me your personal information. If you have little siblings, tell them to. Tell them to. I know they're dumb, but there's a line where that's a problem. They're not dumb, they have access to internet unsupervised at a way too young age. You know, it's fine to have access to the internet, but you need to be supervised. Like, please. My real government name is Skibidi Godmaxer Prime. What's your opinion on the Skibidi Toilet series? I haven't watched it. I don't want to watch it. It's not intriguing in any way. Hi, I'm Amanda. I'm 6. They trying to say their age is a manipulation? No. The reason why kids like to say their age so often is because before the age of 10, a lot of kids are still discovering their identity, right? They're at that phase where they don't really know who they are. They like to draw, they like to play, but they don't really know who they are as a person. So the best way for them to give themselves an identity is to base it on their age. So basically, hi, I'm Amanda and I'm 9 is their personality. It's what they identify themselves with. We can't be cruel to them because of that. It's just a natural stage of growing up. The sad thing is that Skibidi Toilet itself isn't even bad. It's the channels that profit from it by making content farms. I don't even see the content farms. Oh my god, you reminded me of that horrible short I stumbled upon, where it's just this grown-ass middle-aged man with a toilet seat over his head, and I think he smothered peanut butter all over the toilet seat and was just... I don't know what the frick he was doing. He was like shaking his head like he was having a seizure, reacting to donations. It was very scary to witness. I scrolled away and clicked on do not recommend channel immediately. No, I saw that. Yeah, it was all over the place. And you know why? It's because kids keep commenting on it and keep donating onto it. Like, please, this is proof that kids need a lot more internet supervision. Crazy people these days. Yeah, rent cannot be that high, bro. I don't know what my pronouns are and I'm older than 10. I mean, it takes time to discover your identity regardless of age, but before you're 10, you identify yourself by your age and the things you like. Hi, I'm Kyle and I like dinosaurs and I'm 10. Basically. Happy early birthday, Kaitlyn. Thank you. My sister learns about online safety from me, her Gen Z sister. Exactly. That is you're doing a very good job as a big sister. Your responsibility as an elder sibling is to just guide them a little, teach them what not to do. Like, don't talk to strangers on Roblox. Don't give your personal information. That link will not give you free Robux. It'll give you a virus, you know? Delete YouTube Kids. No. Properly monitor YouTube Kids. YouTube Kids is fine, but all of the content on YouTube Kids is just straight up bad for children in general. I'm raising my nephew on Monster High, Shopkins, Nom Noms, Cookies, Swirl, See, anything that isn't slop. Oh, Monster High, my beloved. I just remembered the time I watched the Monster High movie while eating spaghetti in front of the TV. Good times. Nowadays, children's entertainment content are really fast-paced. They're just way too overstimulating. Like, I tried to watch an episode of Cocomelon just to figure out what would little Kaitlyn find appealing about this, and I just wanted to tear my brain out. It was not... It was such a waste of time. Just... if I were to have a child, which probably isn't gonna happen given the current state of the world and how things are going, if I were to have a kid, I would raise it with the movies and shows that I watched when I was that age. Because everything that's being made for kids right now, there's no lesson in them. There's no story that you can take away from it. It's just brainless entertainment and slop. Like, take friggin' My Little Pony, for example. My Little Pony is something that can be enjoyed by both little kids and full-grown adults. There are lessons in them. There are fun aspects about them. It's not too overpaced, overstimulating. It's nice. It's nice to look at. But nowadays, I don't think there's going to ever be another cartoon as similar as that. Why do parents don't want to parent? They're lazy. They're lazy and they're entitled. Some people should just be forced to take a test before breeding, in my opinion. Like, hey, we know you want to have a child, but should you have a child? Maybe just take this test so we can see. Because some people just straight up spawn a human, give it a tablet, and then feed it nuggets. That's it. That's all they do. That's the whole parenting gist. Maybe MLP Gen 6? I hope. I can hope, but I don't think so. Gravity Falls? Yeah, Gravity Falls. I'm 18 and I still watch it. I watch cartoons, they taught a lot of stuff. Yeah. I'm 18 and, I mean, I'm 19. I'm gonna be 20 this month. But I still watch cartoons. Like, my favorite cartoons of all time are Adventure Time and The Amazing World of Gumball. Maybe Regular Show 2. I guess Bluey is alright. I haven't even watched Bluey, but I've heard a lot of good things about it. Talking about children and how horrifying it is to deal with them, let's talk about the horrible video I watched the other day about a CEO of a certain company going, hey, AI teachers are the future. Because let me tell you right now, if these kids cannot behave with a real human teacher, there is no way in heck that they are going to sit in class and listen to an AI teacher. That's just not gonna happen. Have you seen the disrespectful clips of children just being little punks to teachers? The problem nowadays when it comes to education is that parents like to undervalue the education that are being provided by teachers. Teachers go through a lot to raise kids, okay? I mean, it's not even their job to raise children. Their job is to educate them, but they do a lot more than that most of the times, if they're good teachers. How is that supposed to work exactly? There have been a lot of TikToks made by actual teachers from preschool. Okay, I'm talking preschool. Like, these are 10-year-olds, maybe 8-year-olds, and they're doing shit like hitting the teachers, not listening to the teachers, yelling at them, disrupting the class. Like, I grew up in a classroom with like one disruptive kid. We all have at least one of those disruptive kids in our class, right? And all the kid would do is just sometimes not listen to the teacher, or sometimes steal other students' stuff. That's like the worst thing he would do. Nowadays, you got kids drawing on walls, running around with Sharpies, literally threatening the teachers. That's insane. And you got parents who, again, don't know how to parent, and they go, oh, well, my kid shouldn't be learning this. It's useless to him. Then why are you sending him at school? The school is not a kindergarten. The school is a place to learn. I can't believe that is something that we need to say nowadays. AI teachers better not steal my future job. I really hope that, well, honestly, it's just not going to happen. Kids don't listen to humans, they're not going to listen to a bot. Put an AI bot in any of those classrooms with said problematic Gen Alpha children and watch that robot get freaking beheaded. My entire class is screaming while I'm trying to doodle and do a little work on my paper. Oh my god, yeah. Even as a high schooler, like when I was in high school, I went to a private school, by the way, so this might be a whole other scenario, but the point is that school was filled with entitled children who had total control over the situation. And teachers would not do anything to correct it because, you know, they were getting paid to raise their grades not teach anything. Maybe if the child wants to listen, fine, but most of the times the teachers were just there for the sake of being there. And sure, they'd explain the class, but nobody would listen. Nobody at all. And these are freaking people who are over the age of 16. They are over the age of 16 and were incapable of just sitting in their seat and listening to the teacher. Everyone would always chatter or pass. They wouldn't even pass notes. They would pass around phones and stuff. They would do whatever they want. Why are kids so unempathetic? It just has to do with the parents all the time. Because the way I was raised, I could not even fathom treating my teacher that way. Treating any teacher that way. I want to be a YouTuber. I hope AI doesn't take that. AI can't take away creative jobs, in my opinion. Because, like, sure, you could train an AI YouTuber. Okay, let's picture it this way. Would you watch content made by an AI YouTuber? It's that simple. Imagine a gacha storytime YouTuber who is not me, but is an AI. Would you watch it? They post once every week. They have a bomb upload schedule. They have AI-generated art, AI-generated stories, blah, blah, blah. Would you want to watch it? And don't think about the current flaws of AI. Imagine that this AI can make perfect backgrounds, perfect animations, and perfect stories. You would not watch that. It wouldn't be interesting. Maybe it would be interesting. Maybe. Maybe the stories would be absolutely wild. Maybe the visuals would be so amazingly, well, and captivating. But here's the thing, right? The whole point of being a YouTube story timer is that you tell your own stories. The AI will generate stories, but they're not real. You get some My Story animated stuff from AI, if that's the case. Like, I wouldn't, from a viewer perspective, I wouldn't want to watch it, because everything about them, their personality, their stories, as crazy as they might be, they're not real. They're all fabricated. AI will take the enjoyment away, exactly. Hey, I have good news about Gen Alpha and brain rotten kids. The government probably won't be drafting them to war anytime soon. I don't think that's gonna happen. If that's been confirmed, we're doomed in a different way, as in there are no more soldiers, but I don't think they'd go so far as to do that. Reddit AI stories may as well be used as a torture method. Oh my god, I've literally just stopped listening to Reddit videos. I used to listen to those Am I the Asshole videos, but nowadays, since it's a lot harder to tell what is slop and what is real, there's no point. I completely detoxified my YouTube recommendations from anything Reddit related. AI really does not have the human touch to anything creative. That's why AI cannot take art jobs easily. And it's not just when it comes to art jobs. Hang on. Be right back. I just need to pick something. Give me a sec, I just need a sip. Oh, we had a donation from Pedra. Sorry, I think the cats there need to be put down. Oh my god. They were talking about the AI-generated cat background. Yeah. In 2020 gacha brain rot, the hated child who became an ice princess. They should use those Minecraft parkour story shorts in Alcatraz. My class literally doesn't know English. We're in a British school. I'm talking about those that have been there since day one. Oh my god. It's really dystopian to realize that children these days don't know how to read. Don't know how to type without autocorrect. It's crazy. And it's a problem. I was wondering, why is your stream thumbnail AI? Oh, it's just for this one. I usually don't do it. I just thought it'd be funny because the topic's AI. When it comes to jobs, I don't think that AI is a threat to human jobs. Not just in the creative field, but normal jobs. Like, take grocery store employees as an example. A lot of people are thinking that in the future, we'll have grocery stores that don't have a single human employee into them. I personally would not go into those. I mean, okay, the only exception is if it's in Germany and I still don't know German, yeah, fine, then I'd do that. I would do that. But in most cases, I wouldn't want to go to a store where I can't interact with people. It sounds sad, but as much as I hate to admit it, when it comes to human interaction, I don't get it much because I'm always stuck at home animating. And the only time I get to interact with people is when I go to the grocery store. Something as, it's gonna sound really dumb, but something as simple as going up to a worker who's stocking milk and asking, "Hey, where are the donuts?" And then receiving a friendly reply, that's enough. That's enough to, like, make my day and make me happy. If that person gets replaced by a robot, I'll be really sad. Do you use AI backgrounds? Nope, never. I have social anxiety, but I'd rather go into a store with people in it. Yeah, me too, me too. Like, imagine going to a cafeteria and when you're trying to place your order, you have to do it into a bot. I don't want to do that. That's weird. Like, sure, sometimes some employees are not very friendly, but the odds of you encountering that are like 1 in 100. 1 in 100. Most of the times, they'll either be neutral or they'll be friendly. AI good, but too much is too much. AI is good if it's used properly, which is a problem because it's not going to be used properly as long as there are no rules and regulations in place. What happened to the flying car utopia we were promised a century ago? I know, right? I was expecting to have some boots that could make me fly by now, but instead I've got ChatGPT as a therapist. If anything, AI should only be used as a tool if people want it so desperately much, but never more than that. Yeah, one big feature that I hate about Google that it implemented is that I stopped using ChatGPT when I found out how much of an environmental impact it cost when it comes to heating. So I just use good old Google, you know? Just Google in a question, look for an answer. But then they brought out this experimental AI that you cannot opt out of. Now when you type in something on Google, you'll automatically receive an AI response, an AI summary at the very top, and there's no way to turn it off. And the worst part is that it's always wrong! It's always wrong, and it's like blatantly incorrect. I wonder what would happen if I googled who is Kaitlyn Flames. It'll probably say I'm a singer or a pop star or something. God, I hate it so much. Exactly! Like, please just give me the results that I want. Don't give me an AI summary that's been half-assed. I don't want that. Cybertrucks look like those cars I made with blocks when I was 6. Cybertrucks look like the cars that I would try to draw when I was little. I'm terrified to get into those self-driving cars. Yeah, I'm not at the point where I can comfortably trust my life in the hands of AI just yet. Just yet. I'm pretty sure that it'll be fine in the future. Or that at least accidents will be minimized by a lot in the future. But right now, it's a big no. They should ban AI in schools. Yep, you got children who are reading assignments made by AI. They go home and fill those sheets up with AI, and then they go back to school, give it to the teacher, who corrects them with AI. It's an endless cycle of AI. I searched up what my dog's breed is, and it actually said my dog's breed. Now I'm terrified of Google. Bruh. Good God, yeah. Yeah. Also, I watched this... I don't know if you guys heard of this lately, but there are AI interviewers on the rise, which is horrifying to think of, because imagine the job market nowadays. It's already really hard to get a job, like, unnecessarily hard. You need to have 20 plus years of experience, you need to work insane hours, you need to have a freaking bachelor's degree at least or something. But It's unreasonable demands for an entry-level job. The job market is insane. It's insane. And now imagine that job market with an interviewer who is an AI. You are not gonna have a good time. I literally watched a video about this guy who finally got accepted for an interview for his dream job. Okay? Imagine. Imagine that you finally get the opportunity to get your dream job. You get accepted for an interview, you put on your nicest set of clothes, you put on a suit, you put on a tie, you got a big smile on your face, and then you sit on the computer to open the Zoom call. And this poor soul, the second he answers the call, he's like, hello, with a big smile. He's obviously excited, and he's recording it because it's a big moment for him. And then he immediately gets greeted by an AI bot. And the bot malfunctions, and he just looks so disappointed and sad, and it made me feel so bad for him. There was this other clip with an AI interviewer, and it just started speaking Simlish. If you don't know what Simlish sounds like, just record your voice and play it backwards. That's Simlish. I'd hate that, yeah. And along with the AI interview, they get a response generated by AI as well. So like 5 hours after the interview, he received an email generated by AI. And I was like, hi, I had such a great time meeting you today. They didn't, because the bot malfunctioned. You have such high energy, you're so enthusiastic. We would love to have someone like you on our team. Again, they didn't have an interview because the bot malfunctioned. And at the very end, they're like, unfortunately, we'll have to pass this time. Bruh. You didn't get to interview him, and the poor guy tried to call the company, and guess what? He got greeted by an AI. The poor fella. Oh god, poor fella. Another reason why AI can't replace humans, yeah. But companies they keep pushing AI stuff, cause like, it's a lot less cost effective. The AI won't get sick, the AI won't ask for days off, the AI will do its job best that it can, which is a lot more profitable to use than an actual living, breathing human being. I don't even know why they would want to cut down costs on such a thing, especially since the AI isn't developed enough yet. Like, it's obviously not ready. The problem is that those jobs don't produce value in the economic sense. The people are paid to manage something. It's just cost for companies, therefore they will replace it. Exactly. AI is disappointing. Yeah. I just realized some future doctors, police, and other emergency services are using AI to cheat on their exams. Yeah, I'm not too excited about being 40, needing surgery, and meeting frickin' Bob, who got through med school with ChatGPT. Your boyfriend seems pretty smart for his age. He is. He's a smarty pants. He's almost 20, like me. Between us, he's the brains, and I'm the little artist. That's it. My question is, when did AI get so popular? Well, along with its advancements came its popularity. AI has been around since like the 1950s. It's been around for a while. But recently, it's picking up speed. And when technology starts advancing, it doesn't stop. It just keeps accelerating. And we're right now in the beginning phases of, well, not the beginning, like the middle phase. So imagine what it's gonna look like in like 1 year. I don't use AI for exam reviews. Good. Can I leave Earth? Yeah, I mean, they'll probably start selling tickets to go to the moon or something. But guess what? The website will use AI. AI is mad at you for disrespecting its technology. Yeah, my boyfriend is a fictional character that I really like. Have you seen those AI mukbangs? Ugh, I haven't, but I don't want to imagine what that would look like. Especially knowing that AI has a hard time with continuity. You probably get some alien stuff like someone inhaling spaghetti. I used before for info about why my PayPal won't work. Yeah, ChatGPT can provide information to troubleshoot, but it's either going to be outdated or it won't be complete. I mean, it does work sometimes. I use it to troubleshoot too, but most of the times, you have to find like a video. Hello everyone, welcome. I think that's all I wanted to talk about today. I'm basically a mix of Kate and Levy. Imagine human history representing resilience, rivalry, and conquering only for extraterrestrial life recognizing us just for brain rot. Yeah. I have seen the AI mukbangs. I regret everything I saw. I used the suit made with soap I found under my pot to paint a scenic view. I'm sure they can find more accessible options that isn't AI. Oh, when it comes to art, yeah. Saying that AI art makes art more accessible is like the dumbest statement I've ever heard. It's just straight up wrong. I'm not certain about a lot of things, but I'm certain about that. Cause like, you could make art with... Dude, think about caveman. They made art using a rock and another pointy rock and a cave wall. You don't need fancy schmancy art stuff to make art. Those AI animations, ugh, yeah. Yeah. The AI generated images are cursed. Okay. Well, thanks so much for giving me your opinions on AI. I'm gonna review the stream, and if I see that the audio quality has been off this entire time, I'm gonna be mad at y'all. I use notebook paper and pencils. Yeah, see? You don't have to spend that much. It doesn't even have to be good quality paper and pencil. I made art with ketchup once. Well, thanks so much for chatting, people. It was nice talking to you guys about this topic. I'm glad to see that we're all on the same page for most of my ideas and opinions. Literally just ibis paint, exactly. You're audible enough. Well, also stream coming tomorrow or on the weekend. I'm not sure, but there's a stream coming in the next 5 days. Okay? And it's gonna be a Stardew Valley. I don't know if I'm gonna make the Stardew stream that long. I'm thinking of ending it a little early because I don't know if a lot of people are interested in it. But next episode, we'll be trying to befriend a bunch of people and get into their rooms. So, yippee! Anyways, bye, fellas!